Hi, hello Flu Drawers, how's it going? I think most artists nowadays have a complicated relationship with the internet and everything going on online, because it can truly be a blessing and a curse. On one hand, yes, it gives us a platform to show and sell our art and get feedback and build a community. That's sweet. We don't have to sell our art on the streets anymore, that's a win. But on the other hand, you can't just draw anymore. That won't cut it. You have to not only make art, but make content. And that is what I wanted to talk about today. Today I wanted to just rant about the current reality of posting art online, the trends and toxic behaviors that I don't really like seeing, and how to find balance and grow without going insane. It's not fully a rant. I do have a little script and the specific points I want to talk about. I did not come unprepared. I'll be playing some speed paints in the background for you to look at, so make some tea, draw along, eat along, and let's get into it. Being an artist nowadays, you have to be online. You have to be a content creator and put yourself and your art out there in attempts for people to see it, so you can maybe get attention and start making a living off your art. And while, yes, the algorithms are not very gracious, so to speak, I think it's still a relatively small price to pay for having your dream career, is it not? All I need to do is post my art, make short form content, and stay consistent with my online presence. I mean, I can't give any promises, but sign me up. That sounds like a sweet deal. At least that's how I personally motivate myself to stay semi-consistent with posting. I tell myself that this is literally a hilariously small price to pay for how convenient and enjoyable this job is for me. So I am in no way complaining about any of this or comparing it to any real life struggles. Absolutely not. I am very lucky to be able to do this. And by the way, I suck at posting. I am so bad at it. I can be posting every day and then disappear and not post anything for like a month. And the algorithm hates me for it. Well, rightfully so. If I didn't show up to work for a month on a regular job, I don't think anyone would have let me back in after that. But what's actually frustrating, in my opinion, is not the amount of content that you have to make, but also the type of content the algorithms want you to make. Because, you know, when I post a 30-second speed paint of a drawing that took me 20 hours, I know it's not gonna like go viral. I just post it for my portfolio, for my audience to enjoy and see my process, and also to have proof for people who say my art is AI. Can't say that when I post speed paints for every drawing. Like, I know a speed paint, no matter how great and skilled your art is, it's not gonna go viral. It's not gonna reach hundreds of thousands of people. Although, yeah, that would be nice if we didn't have to invent anything every time and just post a speed paint and get consistently high views. That would be so sweet. I mean, it can happen. Like, once in a blue moon, a speed paint can take off. But it's so rare, I don't really count on that, you know? Because fairly, platforms don't care about spreading your beautiful art for people to see. They don't care about that. All they care about is engagement. And you might be thinking, but if people like my art and leave nice comments in support, doesn't that count as engagement? Doesn't the algorithm see that people find my art enjoyable? So maybe if it pushed my art to more people, they would also find it enjoyable and everyone would be happy. And while yes, that is engagement and the algorithm loves engagement, there's something it loves even more than engagement, and that is negative engagement. Oh, it loves that. It thrives off of people being negative in the comments and arguing and judging and bullying each other, because negative reactions are always stronger. They're always louder. Don't make art fun and enjoyable. Make it political. Make it controversial. Make people hyperanalyze, critique, hate your art. Add to the drama. Fuel the fire that will tear apart the art community. That's why so much content I see now go viral is either rage bait or drama. I've seen people pretending to hate on someone else's art style or like character design, saying like, oh, I hate this style, but the style they're showing is actually their own style, but the people online obviously don't know that, so they start hating and saying, how dare you? I have this style and I like it and you're stupid. Or the one I've seen recently was like, cringe designs be like, and people in the comments going berserk again, like, how dare you? What's wrong with my character having a traumatic childhood? and horns of a demon.
Cringy OCs be like, so yeah, I'm a demon, a wolf cat thingy, a princess. I got bullied. My hair is made out of fairy dust. Is a nerd. My eyes glow in the dark. And I have this 12-inch scar across my face from getting bullied and stuff. My family abuses me. And my mom is the only one that cared about me. And so she gave me this necklace before she died. I wear pretty clothing, because I'm a princess, of course. I put on a fake smile, because I am depressed.
I'll see if I can find examples because I wasn't saving any of those. Maybe I won't find the exact videos, but I will find something in a similar vein. Also, I've seen people pretending to be bad at art to get negative criticism. They'll purposely make an ugly drawing or show their very old drawing and be like, oh, how did I do? And people would be like, oh my god, this is so ugly. Never pick up a pencil again. Go yourself. Or sometimes people are not pretending. They're actually a beginner just posting their art, and they have the audacity to say that they like their art and think it looks good. How dare they, right? No, it doesn't. We all see it. It looks like crap because they can't draw. And every commenter under that video feels the need to make a joke about how bad the art actually is and how silly they are for thinking it looks good. And it's sad, it's just so sad to see. Because I remember when I was a beginner, I also loved my art. I thought my sketchbook scribbles looked so cool. I really did. And my friends and family always supported me and told me how great I was and how cool my drawings were. If they told me that my art sucked and I should never pick up a pencil, that would crush me. That would break my heart. How can you say that to someone who's just having fun and enjoying what they do and happily sharing their work with you? Man, because the thing is, you can't really see your own art for what it is. You have this filter that does not allow you to see that. And you only get to see how it actually looks when you improve. And from that higher level, you can tell, oh yeah, that's wrong. That's normal. You should be positive about your art at any level. You should enjoy it. That is the only way you can keep improving. People are so weird. You can have a thought of, oh, I don't think their art looks good. I don't really like it. That's okay. But you don't have to say that to their face. You can be walking down the street and see someone in a weird, ugly dress and think to yourself, huh, that's a weird, ugly dress. You can form that opinion, yeah, but you don't come up to a stranger on the street to tell them you hate their dress. That would be a crazy move. Honestly, I'm so happy that when I was a beginner, no form of TikTok was around and I got to keep all of my ugly sketches offline. If I were a beginner now, I think I'd be so scared of posting my art online because it seems like such a hostile environment. There's so much pressure, so much competition, so much judgment. But honestly, it doesn't matter what you do and what you draw. People will have their good and bad opinions, so who cares? I think in the end, it is what you make it to be. You have to stop being afraid of failing if you want to win. Yes, there is always a chance to get hate, but there is also a high chance of finding like-minded people who will want to genuinely support you. And I think it's worth taking a risk. Don't you let anyone discourage you. To me, it is often hard to stay in the right mindset with managing my social media, but in order to not go insane over posting, I try to treat every post as just another beautiful addition to my library. It doesn't matter if it performs good or bad, it doesn't matter how many likes or views it gets, I'm just growing my library, my cute little portfolio. So if the next post or the post after that gets attention, then the people who come to my profile from that post will have a bunch of cool stuff to look at and they'll be so excited to go through all this stuff on my page. So who cares? Just keep going, build your little art gallery, and eventually it will get seen. And regarding short form content specifically, I try not to treat it seriously at all and not get too attached to it. I treat it like food for algorithm, quantity over quality. Because when you are expected to be posting nearly every single day, there's no way you're going to be pouring your heart and soul into every single post. That's just not realistic. Yes, I will be pouring my heart and soul into my drawings, into my long form videos, yes, but short form content is not going to be getting as much passion from me. I will not be spending hours trying to craft the perfect reel with perfect editing and transitions. Please. I just have to come up with another semi-creative way to showcase my drawing. The drawing that I do feel very passionate about. It's just the making of the reel and scrolling, looking for new trends to do and audios to use. And even if sometimes you do put a little more effort into a reel, it never pays off. What pays off is the dumbest, low effort thing that you made in 2 minutes that sometimes does not even involve your art at all. Oh yeah, I've been there. That is what will be fueling your art account for months. So a big piece of advice from me would be include yourself in your art. We are all people, and people love people. We love when things feel human and relatable and have character. You and your art come as a package. You don't have to show your face necessarily, although that is definitely gonna help with humanizing your art account. You can make an animated Sona for yourself instead, or you can include yourself in other ways through humor and making jokes and giving your personal thoughts and stories and sharing a piece of yourself along with sharing your art. I don't know, I think it depends on the type of audience you want to attract and the type of online presence you want to have. If you're posting your art to find a full-time job, like if you're posting professional character concept sheets on like ArtStation, then yeah, I don't think you really need to show your personality and be authentic to attract potential employers. They don't really care about that. They just want to see your portfolio. But if your goal is not to work at a studio and you want to be an independent artist and maybe open your online shop or do commissions and build your own little brand and get a dedicated audience, then you can't just be posting your art like a robot. You have to be actively present in your art account so people see that, oh, there actually is a person behind this. That is very valuable, especially nowadays with all the bots and AI accounts. Actually, in the past, I used to be very against that idea of putting myself out there because my boyfriend has been telling me, hey, like, I think you should include yourself more because your personality is a big part of your art and people will gravitate more towards your art if they know the person behind it. And at the time, I was posting drawings with literally 2-word captions, just like girl with a sword. And it's a drawing of a girl with a sword. How engaging is that? So now I totally understand where he was coming from. But at the time, I really resisted that idea. And I insisted I wanted to be known for my art only. I did not even want people to know what I look like. I wanted to be incognito. I don't fully know why I had that mindset. Maybe I was also like self-conscious at the time. I don't know. But later I noticed that I myself gravitate more towards artists with a face. I've been watching a lot of Audubon Out and Jaden animations, and I had no idea what they looked like in real life for a very long time. But then I saw them in the video or like an interview for the first time, and that was mind-blowing to me. And I became even more of a fan because I got to see them outside of their animated sonas and they turned out to be such cool, nice people. And then I discovered Sam Does Arts and he really stood out to me at the time because he was different from other art YouTubers I watched who either only showed their art or had animated characters representing them. And he was actually present in every video. It was not just about his art or the art education he provided, like tutorials and stuff, but about himself as an artist. He was like an art friend, an art buddy. And I'm not saying that that is better or worse than faceless artists. It was just a different dynamic that I really liked. So yes, I think it's cool when an artist is not only being an artist, but also being a person, especially as we become more and more distant and the loneliness epidemic is growing and everything is AI, so you don't even know whether you're interacting with a real person online anymore. And I think it's important to remember that other artists online are also people who have feelings. Some are literal children who are just learning to draw, so be kinder. You don't have to compliment someone's art and actively support them if you don't want to. That's fine. But don't go out of your way to upset or bully someone, especially when they didn't do anything. Yeah, I feel like I got off track towards the end here. I don't know. But hopefully this was an okay background video to listen to or draw along. And I hope you have a great stress-free day. and good night, good day, goodbye.